This is the ISU-130, a Tier 8 Soviet tank destroyer. It is quite possibly one of the weirdest tank destroyers in the tier, and that is because it's an ISU, but worse, but also kind of better. For example, this tank has 2,903 base DPM, and the ISU-152 is sitting at 2,945 base DPM. So damage per minute wise, both of these tanks are very similar. But the difference is, this does not carry a 150, as it says in the name, it carries a 130mm, which deals 460 damage per shot. The advantage of this vehicle is that it has premium AP, which deals 530 damage a shot with 226 mils of pen. That elevates your damage per minute much higher than the ISU 152s. But the other question that you could just ask is, why not run rammer on the ISU? And then you'll have 3,200 DPM, where running rammer on the ISU 130 is a really bad idea, because you're going to lose that precious premium alpha that you need and penetration. So, yeah, I mean, it's a cool tank, and the gun is definitely better on this vehicle. It has decent aiming time, it's got okay accuracy, which are definitely better than the ISU 152 in that regard. But armor-wise and all the other characters, I wouldn't really say this is that spectacular of a tank, and it's usually why it's quite a cheap vehicle to pick up. But I do think it's quite a fun vehicle. Having that mechanic of loading gold to deal more damage, I think is really cool. I honestly wish Wargaming would make a Tier 10 that had this type of mechanic. Not a Hesh-firing Tier 10, but a vehicle that has premium AP or something like that, that deals a little bit more damage than the standard with less penetration. I think it'd be kind of cool. So, we can see our heavies are making their way over to heavy flank, and we have a medium going over, never mind. Alright, well, not ideal, but we'll see what we can do here. This tank's pretty mobile, actually. I'm surprised. We're chilling at 30 kilometers per hour right now, which is pretty dang fast for what I expected, at least. Okay, well, you can see we got 10 standard rounds, 10 gold rounds, and 5 HE, which should be enough to get us through any situation that we need. We're going to start by making our way up into the front. Yeah, you can definitely see this gun's pretty accurate. Its aiming time is a little long, but in terms of its actual on-movement dispersion and aiming time, it's pretty good compared to any other 130, which is quite nice. I don't see anything over here. We do see Kampfpanzer 07RH, though, off to the side, which means that, to me, most likely their team is going to be heading over towards this side of the map. And there you go. We got ground tank in front of us. Let's aim it on his turret. And there you go. Look at that. 528 damage shell straight into his vehicle. And we only have a 9-second reload to get another shell out, which is kind of crazy. So, yeah, I do like the alpha. It's really, really dangerous. Alright, let's reload. We got the IS-2 in front of us. And there you go. Another 550 damage shell into his vehicle. I mean, that alone has already just ripped our opponent in half. And if the IS-2 backs up, which he does, there you go, 560 damage. I mean, holy, that alpha damage paired with the DPM feels freaking amazing. Okay, well, I'm a little worried about the crossing still. I don't want to just drive out in the open. Let's see if this Tiger does, though. He does, and there you go. 530 damage shell into the enemy Tiger. I don't know if he's going to allow us to get another shell out, but we only have 2 more seconds left on our reload. We only need to fire an AP to clear him, which is what we did, and there you go. Just like that. We've already got a pretty solid chunk of HP off of our opponents. Got the Kampfpanzer RH in front of us, and there you go. That was a low roll, but it's still 480 damage shot. Again, the accuracy on this vehicle is way better than any of the other IS variants, which makes it quite a bit more enjoyable to drive. Alright, so let's see. I doubt that KPZ-RH is going to poke us, and if he does, he's going to regret it, so we can just kind of wait here. We do have the Jagdpanther off to the side, and honestly, it's kind of free damage. Oh, but the KPZ showing us his turret. Aw, that would have been really nice. Alright, my idea, I'm going to back up. We're going to wait 2 more seconds, and we're going to aim it on the Jagdpanther very, very briefly. Aiming, and bonk. There you go. Nice 440 shell, glaring his vehicle. Alright, well this was a really good game. We're up to 3,500 damage dealt. We're not able to hit ground tank from this situation, but we are able to just drive out in the open, get a nice 550 roll into the Kampfpanzer RH, and I don't really know what this guy is planning to do, because we reload in just a moment here. We bonk you, finish him off, and there you go. Well, I have to say this tank felt great this game. I mean, obviously our opponents drove out in front of us, but the DPM from this vehicle does feel quite nice. And when you're able to pair that with the fact that you have so much damage per shot, It's actually quite impressive. Let's see. I'm going to go for it. Yep. We were able to squeeze our shell right in between the ground tank's armor, which is obviously pretty easy to do. And we're going to aim in one more shell. We're just going to cut right into his upper plate there. The ground tank really does not feature armor. It's kind of sad. But there you go. That was a 5,000 damage battle for our first result there. And that's most likely going to be an ace, as nobody plays this vehicle. There you go. So, not a bad first game at all. 220,000 credits, an ace, and honestly, what are the gun handling values? I knew they were better than the ISU, but oh wow, that's insane. 0.308, okay. This vehicle just got elevated to a whole nother level. I was thinking like 0.34, 0.33, something around that area. 0.308 is kind of insane for the level of DPM and alpha damage that this vehicle features. Now again, the pen isn't anything insane itself, but yeah, everything else, that's kind of ridiculous. I did not realize it had that good dispersion. This is like one of the few vehicles I didn't know too much about. I mean, obviously I knew it has a similar gun to the SU-100Y, but I did not know, because Wargaming keeps buffing this vehicle, as it's not a very good tank in most people's eyes, but I don't know. After seeing 0.308 dispersion, I might have to say that this tank is kind of insane now. I might have to say that. Alright, well, we'll see. We'll see what we're able to do here. We got a Tiger 2. We got a Luva. And that's about it. In terms of heavies, at least. Obviously, tank destroyers are best at farming heavies, but it's not, you know, the only thing you want to shoot at. Obviously, the mediums as well are pretty easy to fire upon. So yeah, that's why the gun feels so accurate. It's very, very quick on its aiming time for what it is. And yeah, 460 alpha with 0.308 dispersion on a Soviet vehicle is literally almost unheard of. So we got the Type 57 in the front, in the Tiger 2 as well. Okay. Well, let's see. Type 57 drives out and just allows us to take 480 HP off of his vehicle. Oh boy, looks like we got a tank on our rear as well. Oh boy. Well, not really sure what to do about that. Let's see, Tiger shoots, and we also got the ISU 130. Oh, we got the Eagle in front of us, and bonk. Oh yeah, 513 damage shot. But the ISU's just gonna shoot us, apparently. Okay, interesting decision from that player. Let's see if the Tiger 2 backs up. Oh, my rat. That was cringe. Alright, we just gotta chill here, I guess. Not much else I can really do, but hope that our team doesn't die. Let's aim it on the Tiger again. Come on, drive forwards a bit, and there you go. 576 damage shell into his vehicle, and we're able to back up. But, at the same time, we have no support from the rest of our team, which means that, well, we did get a lucky bounce there. 529 shell into this player, but nobody's supporting us. Maybe I can back him up for the Action 10, but I doubt it. Let's reload again. There you go. Nice shot. Let's back up, and Action 10 bounces him, but our team finally does what they should have a year ago, get the clear into his vehicle. We're going to reload, but we're not able to get the shell into the enemy Tiger 2. If we had had like 0.2 seconds longer, we definitely could have, but oh well. Our Scorpion pens the Tiger, gets a bounce as well. And, I mean, our team does not appear like they're going to win this, let's be honest. Everybody just kind of camped and spawned. Our Action 10 isn't shooting the guy right out in the open. And neither is our SMV. Literally, Blaze right in front. Dude's not shooting him. Well, it's not surprising to me that this game does end up being a loss. Their light tank was able to flank completely for free with literally no competition whatsoever. We had a medium, which was the STG, but our STG decided to YOLO right into the front line against their heavies and died. And then we had 3 tank destroyers, but none of the TDs really did much to help. So, rather unfortunate game. But look at that. We still did 2,600 damage in that result, which was literally almost triple the next highest on the team. I honestly don't think there was much of a way we were going to win that battle with that team we were given there. Really unfortunate. If we had like any heavies just in the front line that were holding, and if our medium had just dealt with the AMX, that would have been the easiest win ever. But oh well. I think the ISU 130 is honestly pretty great. That level of DPM with the alpha damage is kind of fantastic. And I'm surprised with how much I enjoyed playing the vehicle today. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. That team kind of took a little bit of the enjoyment away, but I still had fun in this tank. And really the only reason we even died there was because of the fact the AMX was allowed to farm me from the rear. If that AMX wasn't able to hit me with that one shell, the Tiger would not have been able to kill me with the roll. We would have finished him off with a 500 plus damage shot, and we actually could have possibly won that game, but alas. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.